with Seidel. We have an amazing show for you today. We have Brian Lowe from BML Public Relations. He's calling us from New Jersey. Brian, welcome to the show.
Hey, thanks for having me. Excited to be here.
Yeah, me too. And we were talking a little bit before, we started running the cameras. I grew up in Philadelphia. You're in New Jersey. But, some of these local brands such as ShopRite and these other larger brands and franchises, you have quite a slate. Tell us how you started in PR and built your book of clients.
Yeah, absolutely. I entered PR by accident. As a matter of fact, I had an advisor at a small college I went to in Vermont. I was a general communications major. And at the time, that advisor said to me, hey, there's a student government opening for a PR chair. You'd be great at that. Wasn't even, like many people, wasn't even 100% sure of exactly what PR was at the time. Anyway, took the role and really enjoyed it and kind of fell in love with it. So after college, I started looking for jobs in New York City at various agencies. Landed at a couple spots that weren't just, weren't lighting my world on fire. And then I landed on one that was in the consumer space that where I was representing Campbell Soup and Disney and Progressive Insurance and Oreo cookies and doing some really just fun, creative campaigns, generating a significant amount of earned media coverage that, we could see was impacting those clients' business on a daily basis. And from there, I fell in love with it. Decided to leave that world. That agency grew to be a mid-size, and I still have a lot of respect and certainly relationships there and love for those guys, but decided completely with their blessing that I wanted to go out on my own and try and build something from scratch. Fast forward 18 years, we've got a great team on our side here. We've grown a great business in the consumer space with brands that are household brands. We work with the world's largest franchise company. So everything from Pizza Huts and Wendy's, Panera Breads, Arby's, Applebee's, you name it, to some other great franchise systems like Ziggy's Coffee, which is an emerging coffee brand across the country, Wayback Burgers, another rapidly growing burger concept. And then that's the main focus right now in the franchise space. But we also do some work in retail, in entertainment, specifically touring properties, as well as experiential entertainment. So for me, look, at the end of the day, I found a career where I could have fun for a living. And that's what it's all about for me.
Yeah, I was reading you're not the typical PR agency. I say the same thing with our company. If it's fun, it gets done. We really want to enjoy what we're doing. You did mention something briefly while you were talking about PR. So to your company, there's so many different definitions. It can include so many different things, influencers, event launches. What is it in terms of your definition of your PR and what it is that you really excel in at BML?
Yeah. So, well, it's funny that you bring up the whole influencer thing, right? So, I think at the end of the day, one of the things that has just been funny to me over time is that, PR pros, we are the OG influencers, right? We are old school. We are the original influencers. So everyone talks about influencers these days related to social media folks. But realistically, it's up to us, as PR pros to do the job and sort of not just put our clients on the map in front of consumers and in the audiences we're trying to reach, but it's our job through things like adjectives and imagery or incentives and promotions, to really get the attention of those consumers, to educate, entertain, or inform them with the end, educate, entertain, or inform them of a great product or service. And at the end of the day, ideally get them to purchase or try, right? So as far as we're concerned, we really try and do is we really try and lean hard into creative campaigns that are fun and stand out. As you know, right, Stephen, the media landscape these days, there used to be newspapers with sections and all the landscape was much larger. It's now just one big blob, right, where all the big stories are. And it's our job to try and get consumers to get our clients placed in that blob somewhere so that they stand out and consumer eyeballs reach them. So that's the challenge. We're also engineers at the end of the days.
Yeah, you're speaking my language. 30 seconds. And I want to talk briefly about franchising because there are a lot of openings. So if you can give us a quick tidbit into what it is at BML that you have to offer that, from a smaller agency, it's very tactile. People are hesitant from agencies. But tell us real quick about what you have to offer from a franchise perspective, for whether it's an emerging or a proven franchise.
Yeah, so we do a significant amount of work in franchising, as I mentioned, and we've just rolled out this brand new division of our business that is something we're really excited about. And it's one of those things where it's not just a service that we say we offer. We've dedicated an entire team to focus solely on doing grand openings. Again, grand openings are one of the most critical components of opening a franchise concept of any kind, right? It's about generating that awareness, making sure that people know you're on the map, and then trying to drive that traffic through the door. So what we've done, in 2024 alone, we've opened more than 150. We've done grand openings for more than 150 locations just last year. So those, include Pizza Huts, Applebee's, Wendy's, Ziggy's Coffee, Wayback Burgers. So, at the end of the day, we've figured out a proprietary process that leverages multiple media pulse points to generate significant earned media coverage, really use those pulse points to ramp up the fact that brand is opening in those communities, help connect with those communities, and again, drive traffic through the door. So, for us, I think that, those are really important. And right now, what we've also seen based on this economy and kind of where we are, which is still a little bit up in the air, we found that many systems either might not be ready for a full-on PR agency relationship from a full service standpoint. So we've decided, but they still have to get these doors open. They're contractually obligated, and these things are funded. So from our standpoint, we decided, hey, you know what? Forget all the rest of it. Let us help you get your grand openings done. We're great at it. If we don't generate coverage, which has never happened, you don't pay. So there's no risk and there's no crazy commitment long-term, and we still get the job done for them.
There you go. Guaranteed results. I appreciate your time here today. Brian, I wish we had more time. I'm going to connect with you offline and talk a little bit further. But for anybody who's interested to learn more about BML and this new fundraising model, zero risk, 100% guarantee, you can check out the Daily News Network for PR champions. And Brian, you hold it down in New Jersey. Thank you so much for joining today.
Thanks, Stephen. Appreciate it. You too.
Thanks.